I've sent over 1 million plus cold emails and booked over 350 plus meetings using cold email alone. In this video, I want to go over the 5 key lessons I learned from sending this many cold emails and how you can apply it to your current situation. So if you're a B2B business and you're thinking about running cold emails or you're running cold emails, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so getting into this now, the first lesson I learned was that you should always be doing more volume. This is very, very important, especially if you're trying to consistently book meetings with cold email. You should always be focusing on sending more outreach, because this is especially important if you're trying to have a consistent flow of deal flow or consistent flow of meetings every month, because cold email is a funnel. And if you're only reaching out to like 600 people every month and you're saying, hey, cold email doesn't work, you're just not reaching out to enough people. It's a funnel. 600 people, that's way, way too low. In fact, I want to be booking a meeting for every 2,000 emails, 2,500 emails. If I'm only reaching out to 600, 700, 800 people, I'm not even booking one meeting, right? Now, you can try to make the emails very, very personalized. You can try to have this, AI personalization, run insane clay workflows and all of this. I tried it. And honestly, I found that just sending more cold emails solves the problem. Trying to get into the nitty gritty and have like very, very personalized cold emails, you might as well do manual cold outreach or just account-based marketing, because with that small of a market, it doesn't work out. Now, this is why I always recommend cold email to large total addressable markets. Now, not every business, but most businesses, most B2B businesses with large total addressable markets, I recommend cold email because you're able to reach out to a lot of people. It works out in such a way where the funnel math, if I'm reaching out to 10,000 people and I'm booking a meeting for every 2,000 emails, that's 5 meetings a month, right? So it's very, very important to have the volume. Otherwise, you will not be able to book meetings. Now, moving on to the second lesson, shiny object campaigns. Now, if you're on LinkedIn or if you're on YouTube, you will see a lot of the times like these videos and content pieces where people talk about fancy campaigns, fancy AI personalizations, fancy clay workflows you can run, all of this. Now, I'm not saying these don't work, but a lot of the times it's very easy to move away from the principles. A lot of these campaigns stray away or move away from the fundamentals of cold email. So they will say, okay, you should have this very cool personalization, have this icebreaker where you're finding something about their LinkedIn profile, and then the call to action should be very, very specific. All of this can work. However, you must not forget the fundamentals, because I've tested these campaigns and a lot of the times it's kind of like taking pasta, throwing it at the wall and just seeing what sticks. You have this creative idea, you have the tool to apply it, but it doesn't actually yield the results you're looking for because you're not focusing on the fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? Well, having a very good list, having good deliverability, having good message market fit, having a product that actually works. So all of these things are very, very important in generating meetings via cold email. Now, the third lesson I learned was that the email to meeting ratio is actually your most important KPI. A lot of the times people will focus on vanity metrics. So having, high open rates, high reply rates, high call booking rates, high positive reply rates, but this comes from a lack of perspective. If you are sending 10,000 cold emails per month and you are booking 5 meetings per month, you're booking a meeting basically for every 2,000 emails. Now, yes, you could optimize. I'm not saying you cannot optimize, but your email to meeting ratio is actually your most important KPI. Because if I know I'm booking 10 meetings for every 10,000 cold emails I send, then I know I can scale that to 20,000 cold emails and I book 20 meetings. So it's very, very important to look at the email to meeting ratio. This is the most important KPI, one of the most important KPIs, above call booking rate, above positive reply rate, because this looks at the relationship between how many emails you're sending and how many meetings I'm booking. Now, moving on to the fourth lesson, time to lead is very, very important. This is more related to inbox management. When a lead responds positively, making sure that you are calling them up in under 5 minutes, responding to them in under 5 minutes, because if you leave the lead for too much, if the lead responds to you and you respond like 3 days later, then your call booking rate goes down and then you have a broken funnel. This is someone who's hot. This is someone who responded to your cold email. It's crucial that you have somebody on your team call these people up in under 5 minutes. Now, calling people is like another level, but at least you should be responding to these leads in under 5 minutes. Calling the leads up is the next level, and this is very, very high leverage, because this person now responded to your cold email. They'll have their phone number in the signature. You can call them up and then you can basically book the meeting there. If the phone number is not on the signature. There are ways to find it using tools, but it's very, very important that you respond to leads in time. Now, the fifth and final lesson I learned was that clear copy beats clever copy every single time. A lot of people have this inclination to sound intelligent or sound smart in the copy, but this actually deviates from generating good results with cold email, because a lot of the times your prospects are not very educated about the product you are selling. So what you have to do is compensate that with clear copy using simple language, like having, for example, if you're a SaaS product, dumbing down the use cases to how that lead specifically would benefit. You know, if you're a software company and you're targeting healthcare, you're targeting professional services companies, law firms, these are all different industries, right? You want to make the language so simple to that specific customer segment that they would understand it as if you're writing it to them. And a lot of it comes down to making sure the language is simple, not using complicated phrases, complicated wording, keeping it clear. And you can actually use AI to take your copy and make it 5th grade reading level. There are tools out there like Hemingway, which can basically take your script, your copy, and make it 5th grade reading level. So that's pretty much it regarding the video. To recap, the first lesson, do more volume. Always be sending more emails because a lot of the times that's the low-hanging fruit. The second lesson, shiny object campaigns. Avoid shiny object campaigns. Focus on the campaigns that actually generate results. I'm not saying that these do not work, but a lot of the times you have campaigns out there, other campaign types that would yield better results, like lookalike campaigns, for example. The third lesson, email to meeting ratio is the most important KPI. The fourth lesson, make sure that you're responding to leads under 5 minutes. Time to leads is very, very crucial. And the fifth lesson, clear copy beats clever copy every single day of the week. That's pretty much it regarding the video. If you're looking to outsource your lead generation and looking to hire an agency to generate you a consistent flow of B2B meetings on your calendar, there is my booking link below where you can book a one-to-one call. But apart from that, hope this video is valuable and have a fantastic day.